From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is Real Talk, no strings attached. The podcast brought to you by the youth of Indianapolis, using this platform and their voice to touch on vital topics they believe impact their communities. Here's the Real Talk team for some real talk, no strings attached.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy JT in the biz. What's up? You know what we do? It's Real Talk. We're here to talk about social media and the impacts, positive and negative.
Yeah. This is Kai, part of the Real Talk team. Yes. Yeah.
This is Nadia Lorraine, part of the Real Talk team. We, like Jeremiah said, are talking about social media. Let me pass it on.
All right. Yo, it's Jay Scott, know what I'm saying? AKA Jalea. And I'm part of the Real Talk team. Let's do it.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug, ignored a leaky faucet, pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. But there's an easier way. Thumbtack is the app that makes it easier to care for your home. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Download Thumbtack and start caring for your home the easier way.
Let's do it, man.
We're having too much fun.
Too much fun. That's the important
point.
thing about
Okay.
it.
That's the point.
So to kick us off, we're going to be talking about the effects of social media.
Woo!
The first thing we should talk about is the mental health effects, especially on youth, because
I like that.
social media influences kids to do a lot of stuff that they shouldn't be doing, such as gun violence, drugs,
Twerking.
Heavy on drugs.
twerking.
Heavy on drugs.
Heavy. Weed, all that.
Yeah, promoting different drugs on their social medias and
Promoting vapes.
places to buy them, vapes too,
Not only is it promoted, it's almost become a safe space for
and
drugs.
encouraging it
Like
a
that
lot.
is the home for
Like
it.
I know a lot of people who be using vapes just to be like, it helps me relieve stress and like that. I'm like,
Cool. Ever since like doing drugs and having guns became a trend, everybody has hopped on that, and we see it a lot more, especially in our youth.
Was this amplified after the pandemic, during the pandemic?
it was amplified
Definitely.
during the pandemic,
Because
probably.
I feel like a lot of kids were just bored, so they were like, "Oh, let me do this,"
And also,
cop out like this, and then everybody started doing that.
yeah, also COVID has killed a lot of their family members, like the older ones, the younger ones. It has killed people. And it's like the teenagers or the people who are trying to cope with it, they can't cope like that.
Yeah.
And so they're start turning away to vapes and weed and all type of stuff for no reason because they just can't control it. They need something that helps them feel safe, helps them feel secure, which is what nicotine has done to them, which is also inside vapes, can be inside so many different things. So it's like they don't know how to control that all the way through, so that's why they're going to it.
So
And the
maybe-
only thing it's doing is slowly killing them.
Maybe it's not just like a cool thing or the aesthetic of doing drugs. Maybe it's actually like a lot of young people are going through mental health issues, but they have no outlet. They have no means of expressing themselves. So they just go to drugs and they just go to all the bad things because we don't really have too many positive creative outlets for young people to vent and to get it out. So
And
do
then
the
they
bad
become
thing, yeah.
addicted.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard from a lot of
They
people,
can't.
it's almost like an escape. Like it is just like it's a escape from reality. I'm like, so what's your reality for real? Is your reality hurting you, or is it something that you need to get off your chest? Or, you know, it's almost like an escape because at the end of the day, they're not going to talk about it. So it's a way they got to deal with it.
Or do you need to go to therapy maybe?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little thing that helps you, know what I'm saying, like get better of how you feel. Because sometimes therapy, even though talking to a stranger seems weird, it can help a lot. It can help some people a lot. And I mean, even if therapy doesn't help, like you like even drawing or even like painting, just do something that's nice and safe and calming and relaxing. As long as you know you're in a safe place with like your parents or somewhere with people that you trust or want to be around, that aren't doing drugs, aren't doing anything bad. You know what I'm saying? Be in that safe space. Be comfortable. Just don't turn to drugs automatically because you feel like that's the only thing you can rely on.
Yeah, I don't think therapy is as broad as I don't think people. How should I say this? I think people short
Confined.
therapy, confined therapy. There's so many types of forms. Like I participated in like Reiki therapy, which is like an energy kind of thing. And when you really tap into that, you can find your inner self, what you aspire to be, what your plans are, and help you get over or help you through whatever you're going through, whether it's a positive change or negative. Like Micaiah said, it's so confined. Like everybody thinks therapy is that pillow talk. I talk to somebody sitting across the room that just really don't care. They just, you just get paid.
Yeah. We was talking about that before we even started recording. Like a lot of, for particularly like young black males, like going to the barber shop was their form of therapy.
Yeah, it still is.
Getting everything off your chest to your barber, or for maybe young black girls, like going to the salon or going to their beautician and just being able to relax and be pampered by somebody else. That's your form of therapy, being able to vent to that person. But I also want to ask, do y'all think social media has made our generation more open to expressing themselves? Maybe not, because it's not just, certain stigmas around therapy that keep people from going. It's also financial costs that keeps people from going. If I don't have insurance, if I can't pay for this service, then I won't go. But do you guys think social media has made people more open to therapy or open to expressing themselves?
I think people found I think they found a connection. They found like more like-minded people. That way they can connect with those that, haven't, or have the same, troubles or have the same trials. It's the same thing.
Yes, and I feel like some people use their social media for pity also.
Yes.
Like they go on Instagram crying to their fans about like random stuff that might not even be true. Like I know there was a YouTuber who was faking having Tourette's, and she was getting a whole bunch of money from her TikTok, her YouTube channel, just because she was faking different tics on live and stuff. And I feel like that's one thing that has come from our generation that definitely needs to stop.
Like attention seeking.
Yes, definitely.
I definitely agree with that because, even famous rappers or even famous people that to this day, like Krishan Rock, all of them, Krishan Rock gave birth on live,
That
full
was weird.
on, very much weird. Like even the rappers are just using their stuff for clout. Like they're really trying to, post their whole life about it. We're like, y'all, we get that y'all want to share your life with us, but y'all can do it in a more better way, not having to show us your pregnancy. You don't we gave you saying you post your baby, okay, that's adorable, cute, but showing you gave birth to a baby in the hospital, I'm
Crazy.
sorry, but me personally, I would not want my pain on live.
Didn't Kevin Gates post a video of a woman giving birth to?
He did, and it was
We're
a
not gonna talk
full-on
about
thing.
that.
It was the full-on thing. That's just Kevin Gates.
He needs
His
to be
songs,
stopped.
His songs are just
Kevin Gates needs to get fired.
needs to be stopped.
But I
needs to
think
be stopped. That
Kevin Gates slander.
Can't keep getting away with this.
I'm thinking about,
We don't stand Kevin Gates.
my friend sent me that video. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, who is
I'm
this?
so
She
glad
said
I
Kevin
didn't see
Gates.
that. Everybody was like, "Yo, don't watch Kevin Gates' story."
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh,
No.
I was like, "What happened?" And they were like, "Bro, he's posting a video of
a woman giving
a woman
birth.
giving birth." I'm like, I'm not looking at that. No, thank you.
Yeah. But
Like
to
the
pivot,
full thing.
Let's
we
talk about
have-
some positives.
yeah.
Okay.
Because we've been real negative. Let's talk about some positives.
I do think there is, like how Nadia was talking about, there is a lot of attention seeking on social media, but I think for our generation, we've been able to articulate a lot of problems in our communities through social media, like the term generational trauma, right? That's a term I think a lot of us probably learned through social media, or the term, I need to decompress, right? I think a lot of us, we probably, after an 8-hour school day, we probably just went to our room, shut the door, and that's probably been our norm. But I think social media has equipped us with the language to articulate, no, I'm not just going to my room because I'm mad. I'm overstimulated, or I got sensory overload, or I'm trying to decompress right now. So I think that could be a positive. It's just equipped us with a lot of language to be able to articulate things that we've been doing a lot or all this time, but we just didn't have the language for it.
Following up with that, another word that was brought to our generation was like different triggers, like stuff that can trigger you to feel a certain way, or that can trigger a traumatic response in you.
Yeah, I think that as youth, we gotta reevaluate ourselves and learn to embrace the triggers, embrace how they make us feel, and that, to me, that's like the first step of, realizing that I'm not as far as these people on social media portray to be. I'm not as far. I'm not like them. I'm not, I might not have the money. I might not have this. I might not have the kids. I might not have the lavish life, but they struggling with things too that they don't even talk about. And they're going to handle it in different ways. And as youth, we have to embrace that we are people just like them. And we're going to have issues. We're going to have problems. We're going to have mental breakdowns, traumas, triggers. But the way I say, you got the quicker you embrace it, the faster it takes to, the faster it is to, what's the word? Heal, and move on from what's truly getting inside your head.
The first step to healing is definitely being able to speak on your issues and what you went through, speak on your trauma, and then being able to, comprehend it in a way that you can move on. Well, not necessarily move on, but
move forward.
Move forward, yes.
Yeah, I think it's harder that for those that, suffer with that, like Kaya said, that generational thing, that generational topic of just holding it back. You think it's harder for them and just not talk about it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
especially for people in our community, because you talk about it for example, in schools, right, we're highly encouraged to, if you have something going on, speak to your counselor. Well, our counselors are mandatory reporters, right? If you're thinking about harming yourself or harming someone else, they have to report that. But even if, you just say, if I go to school and I have to talk about what happened at home last night, right? It's mandatory that she reports that. And so opening up could be life or death for my family. That could get me involved in the system or something. I could have CPS called on me. I could not see my mom tomorrow. So it's a lot of things that keep us from opening up. But as well as that, we just don't know how to talk about stuff in our families, right? It is generational. It's very generational.
Especially in the Black community, when I know past generations, mental health was not a topic that was talked about, especially in Black households.
No.
And especially with Black men.
Definitely.
Black men are still encouraged to not cry, not speak their minds, just sit there and keep it pushing, basically.
And save it. I had to say, even with the counselors, even if they try going to the counselors, try going somewhere like that, again, that gets report, the way you're gonna feel is you're trying to speak out, you're trying to tell them how you feeling, and they gonna telling you that right there is just very much hurting, and that can really get somebody, because you're supposed to trust you with my feelings, and you're gonna go telling me, which is why I feel and I don't know if this is happening other schools, but for my school, they actually added a therapist inside my school, an actual therapist, which I was kind of surprised about. And I don't know if that's gonna be the same way, but even if it is, therapists in school are also supposed to report. I feel if these schools wants to get better and wants to help these kids, especially Black people who are trying to get out there but can't, because like I said, like y'all said, Black males, they can't cry, they can't do none of that. That's how they feel. If you want that to happen, instead of putting therapists inside of schools and making them report it, instead give them therapists outside of school. Give them connections outside of school where they're able to talk to other people that they won't get reported to the school, and instead will just get reported to the therapist. They keep it inside, and it's all chill.
Yeah. That's a word. And I think,
go ahead.
I was going to say, that's where it really comes in with, a systemic approach. We need to involve community centers or churches, or who is the surrounding communities that, students are involved in. You don't always have to go to the school counselor. Sometimes you can go to the mentor at that local community center, or the pastor or the youth minister at that church. It doesn't always have to be just so much pressure on the schools to get everything right, because that's not how a real community works. When you think about community, you don't just look at that one institution or that one building to solve all the problems. You really have to take a systemic approach. But what were you going to say?
I think it can literally be anyone. At the end of the day, you just need a safe space. They just need to talk, and they just need somebody that's going to listen. They always don't need a response, but they just need to talk. Just need somebody to talk to.
Yeah. You guys think there's a lack of that for young people?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a little bit off topic. Let's go back to...
Let's regroup.
Let's talk about beauty standards.
Yes.
Let's talk about the filters and the edits and stuff that comes with that.
All right, so with me, I feel like the filters... Now, I'm not going to lie to you. When it comes to filters, it's definitely something that can really help somebody. But then again, I was making them feel bad about their face, because on TikTok and on Instagram, there'd be these light foundation filters. There'd be these makeup filters, and you're like, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? You look at your face, and then you look at the filters, and you're like, wow, this looks a lot better. I wish I could be like this person. And it really does hurt altogether, because wow, you're hating on your own face because of these filters that you put on your face from the videos and stuff.
And some people think that they can't post without a filter, and they think that they need to have perfect clear skin because of the models that they see on Instagram or TikTok, and they think that they need to have this type of body because everybody posting that they see has that hourglass figure, or they edit themselves to make them look like they have that figure. Yeah. And a lot of people get really insecure about the way they look. And also Black girls with shorter hair, and they don't feel like they can embrace their curls a lot
all the time.
They see a lot of influencers getting perms, straightening their hair, and they don't think that they can do a lot of things with their hair because they either don't know how, or they don't have any influencers on their algorithm that have curly hair or that do hair care videos for Black girls.
I definitely agree with that, especially when it comes down to their body. Not even just the hair, their body. People will body shame somebody if they look a little bit overweight. They will body shame somebody if they look a little bit bigger or they look too skinny. People use words like sticks and all that type of stuff just to make somebody feel bad with their own body. It's not their fault that they can't gain weight. It's not their fault that they gain weight. You know what I'm saying? If they want that basically, let's say they look in the mirror, they're like, wow, I love how I look today. And then they walk outside and people are like, oh, you're fat, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. That brings somebody down so much.
Yeah.
And you really can't win, because if you're quote unquote too skinny, or the people will make fun of you, or if you're quote unquote too big, people will make fun of you. So where's the in between? Mm-hmm. And you really can't win until you're happy with your body. Mm-hmm. And people, if you post on social media, people body shaming you or making fun of you because of how you look will not help with that.
Yeah.
I think as youth, we got to embrace that there is no perfect image. There is no perfect body. There's no perfect filter. There's no perfect post. There's no perfect anything. Embracing who you are, whether it's natural curls, if you got a fade, if you got, a lineup with a part in the middle, if it's anything, you got to embrace it as your natural self and become who you are, embrace who you are. Because at the end of the day, that's how these influencers became influencers. They became who they are because that's who they are.
Originality.
Yeah, just be original, be authentic, and just...
And also, I think we should touch on the physical health that is improved by social media, because you can see healthy recipes on TikTok or Pinterest to encourage you to eat healthier and work out. And then maybe then you will, if you have body image issues, you can achieve how you want your body to look.
Yeah. I think it's also with social media apps like TikTok, just the vast amount of access you have to just so much information. And I won't call them TikTok doctors, but doctors who are on TikTok, and they're always giving little pointers or tips on BMI or stuff like that. just creating a diet plan or a plan for yourself that's specifically for you. I think that's something that a lot of people, maybe if you don't have like a trusted or quality healthcare system in your local neighborhood, you can go to TikTok and get tips, or you can go to Google and get tips on that stuff. So
I would also say make sure you fact check those tips.
yeah,
Yes,
There's a lot
check
of
'em.
information that's not true
yeah.
on TikTok.
That's definitely true.
You can't believe everything you see on the internet. Definitely. I had to learn that at a pretty young age.
Definitely, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, even with the hair tip stuff, know what I'm saying? All I gotta do is search up some, like, hair tips for my type of hair, because it's hard to take care of for me. So it's like, all I gotta do is search up, I like find these amazing people who are like I find these amazing colored people who are doing their own hair, or telling you little tips that have worked for their 4C or their 4B hair. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, bet, like, know what I'm saying? I could try this, give it a shot. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just all depends on how your hair is altogether. I mean, it actually is like really helpful altogether to me, if you ask me. But I will say, make sure it's good for your hair, because sometimes people with 4B hair will be like, this is great for my hair, it's this type of hair. But then they'll switch it up and be like, but then when you try it, it's like, oh man, this ain't work out.
Yeah. A lot of that is like influencer culture. Like, people will market or advertise or try to promote anything just so they can get like sponsorships and money. So yeah, I think that's definitely a negative side, but there's also like a positive side to it. Like, a lot of people have also been able to accumulate money and be able to like improve their financial situation through sponsorships, you know? I think that's good.
Touching on that, people are also able to create entire businesses through social media and become young entrepreneurs selling clothes, drawings, whatever.
Yeah.
And just making money, especially at a young age.
Yeah.
And if you already have a job, then social media can be like your backup, basically.
Yeah.
And it can also boost small businesses.
Yeah.
I think you get a chance to grow. I think you get a chance not only in the entrepreneurship field, but as you grow in your business, you're growing in yourself. Because when you see that your business is thriving, that builds self-esteem. But it's like something that I really put my passion in is growing, and it's allowing me to, view myself as, an influencer, because everybody is influenced with their words, but not a lot of people are influenced with the things that they put on. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, as I grow, it's better for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's touch back on the filters.
Like,
y'all use filters.
Oh my gosh, all the time.
Filters. I don't use filters.
Maybe
I use
it's a gender thing.
I use that little glow filter. I'm not gonna lie, it might be a gender thing, because if boys use filters, I see a whole bunch of people calling them gay or sassy, and then they get real offended by that. They're
Why
like,
why would you get offended by it?
That's what I'm saying.
Why are you using a filter in the first place? Like, what is it doing?
I feel like it's just boosting the self-esteem a little bit, and that's part of the problem.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, for filters, I be using the Life Foundation on TikTok. I be using those sparkle glow filters on Instagram. I be like using all these filters that make my face look clear, just because I'm like, man, I see all these people with clear faces. I'm like, I'm gonna be like that for real. Know what I'm saying? So I'm using those filters.
I only use filters when I have breakouts.
Hold on, but my question is, when you realize that those filters aren't real, like, what does that tell your mind?
That I'm not pretty. I'm not none of that. Like, I feel like I'm not fully, you know what I'm saying, like how I want to be. Like, I feel like I can't change it either, because it's like, it's all natural.
Exactly my point. So if you use your natural and be like, okay, you gotta like use it as a stepping off point. Like, you might post a little picture of your natural, how you look. You never know. Like, somebody might DM, oh, you pretty, like, you real pretty. You don't gotta use no filter. Like, at the end of the day, you like, how you look is gonna dictate how you feel,
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gotta really show you that.
I feel like your physical appearance shouldn't dictate how you feel, though, entirely, because the beauty standard is so like fried anyway.
It really is,
because it's just not accurate. Like, the beauty standard is typically very thin white girls, straight hair.
Oh,
and
yes.
that's just
blonde.
That's just
Snow
not.
bunnies, huh?
No,
No bunnies. No
no
bunnies.
bunnies is crazy.
But I think we kind of underestimate how powerful and influential the algorithm really is. Like, it's easy to tell people just stop using filters or just embrace your natural self. But it's like all you see on your timeline is clear skin, certain body type, bust down 30-inch middle part. Like, if that's all you see, you're gonna just compare yourself to that, and it's real easy to just be like, oh, just stop, just love yourself, just you're so beautiful. It's easy to say that to young girls, but the algorithm is just so powerful and influential that it's hard, especially if you grew up on social media, especially because we just got out of a pandemic where a lot of us were in the house and we were comparing ourselves to all these women. And so it's like, it's real easy to just say.
Especially if it's televised, too.
Yeah.
Like the Barbie movie, like, you know.
Ooh.
How do you
like
guys...
Nicki Minaj concerts, all this plastic surgery, all this and all that. Like,
but Nicki, I don't know why she did that, but you know what I'm saying? That's just her. But I feel like the Barbie movie is probably the best example of like showing us how the real world is versus now. Like before, when I saw Barbies, I'm like, I didn't like Barbies when I was younger, but I still went to the
I haven't seen the Barbie movie, so please no spoilers.
Okay, got it.
I'm not gonna go see it.
Got it.
We need
Anyways,
to go. Field trip.
No,
Field trip.
But touching on Barbies,
Solo field
how do
trip.
you think? How do y'all think Barbies in general and Ken dolls have affected our body image issues?
For me, I feel like I need to be skinny. I need to be looking fine. I need to have like abs type stuff. That's how I feel when I see Barbie. Like, even when I saw black Barbies, like there was no bigger type Barbies. It was always like heavy, skinny type stuff, which is why I love the Bratz dolls, because like the Bratz dolls, they had a little bit more
Diversity.
than Barbie did, but
they did make some curvy Barbies, but they were still like hourglass,
straight,
and they were
nice
just
legs.
weren't
Hold on,
accurate.
and I want to
feel
touch on what Jalene just said. You said need. Is need based on like I need to be this, like I have to be, or is it like I want to be? Is it because that's a difference?
Julie,
You're right.
Can I cut into that?
Go ahead.
I think it's just a need to like see yourself represented in the stuff you play with. So like if I'm like, I was a Barbie girl. Like I was a Barbie girl. I was 6 years old and I had all the Barbies that you could possibly have, right? And so the 6-year-old me, I was short. I wasn't fat, but I was like chunky, and so I'm looking at my Barbies. They're all thin, tall, white, pointed toes. Like they got straight blonde hair, blue eyes, thin noses, thin lips. I don't see myself, and so this is what I'm comparing myself to though. Like I go to school and I see my friends, but our idols, the things that we admire, they're all Barbies or they're all Bratz. And I'm looking at my Bratz doll and they got makeup on. They don't even have like regular lips, like they have eyeshadow on. They got these crazy lip glosses on. And so that's what I want. I want to wear makeup. I want to have the glittery clothes.
Yes.
But it's just, they don't make like regular wearing dolls unless it's like the Cabbage Patch Kids, but ain't nobody playing with that.
Hey, listen, not gonna lie, American Girl dolls.
Not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
American Girl dolls is what I used to play with. Like even if I didn't really like Barbie like that. Like I didn't really play with Barbie dolls. I did more American Girl dolls, more of my life dolls type stuff. But that right there, definitely got it.
And it's crazy how like the same beauty standards that we see in like Bratz dolls and Barbie dolls, it's the same beauty standards that are being played with on social media influencer girls. Like they look like they're literally calling themselves like Barbies. They're literally.
Then the Barbie movie did not help with that.
Ain't it a rapper
not.
called Barbie
The
or
release
something?
of the Barbie movie.
A rapper called Barbie?
I don't know. Maybe it is.
know.
I don't know. I think
Like,
I saw it. I may be wrong.
Even Nicki Minaj, even Nicki and Ice Spice's song Barbie. That song right
Like
there.
a Barbie.
Bad like a Barbie. Then I really want to party.
Okay. But I feel like we should touch on misinformation too.
Misinformation. Yeah.
What is misinformed? Like, is racism misinformed on social media? Is it a lot of community awareness around like race and who exactly we are as people? Is that misinformed on social media? A lot of things misinformed. What is misinformed on social media?
Ooh, race versus ethnicity.
Definitely.
Man,
It's race versus.
Because I feel like a whole bunch of people.
go ahead.
Race versus ethnicity.
Y'all remember Vine?
Oh, yes. Do it for the Vine.
I was so mad when they stopped, when they like shut down that app, and then they brought in
It was shut
Musical.ly.
down. I thought it
Listen.
was just like stop.
Yeah.
I think it was
Like,
shut down.
shut down the whole app. Like it's not an app anymore.
So what y'all think? Vine over TikTok or TikTok over Vine?
Vine.
No.
Vine is too OG to be compared.
Now listen, no, y'all listen. Y'all comparing TikTok, but TikTok's not TikTok. TikTok was Musically.
TikTok was Musically.
Musically was way better. Musically is way better. Musically
I
was
don't
better
know.
than TikTok.
Musically
I don't
was
know.
booty.
I don't know about
Y'all
that.
say that. Y'all say, but when y'all think about it, like back in the olden days,
thief in the night.
like back in the days, Musically had it for real. Let's be honest.
But
Musically was the
I
main
don't think
thing.
Musically had the promotions like as TikTok did.
Yeah,
about-
they doesn't have that now. That's because this is new generation. But I'm saying, like, back in the day, Musically had that nice little blue line bar that told you when it was done. Like
Yeah.
that right there was so helpful.
Yeah.
And so many other things that Musically had that TikTok does not have. It's just crazy.
Vine was just like Vine was a time to be alive. Truly,
The creativity.
like,
Exactly. It was
because you
never.
had
It's never to
6
be
sec-
compared.
You had 6 seconds to make the funniest video of your life, and the way, just
The
especially young
creativity.
people, like were able to just completely blow up, completely just move themselves out of their whole situations through 6 second videos. Like you think of Meet on Mars, you think of Dope Island, you think of what was his name, Kenny Beat.
Kenny TV.
Kenny, I don't know. I don't remember
know.
his name,
I'm not
but they
gonna
was
guess that.
all just.
And then that other
Yeah.
guy that made those those random skits. I don't remember what his name was, but he was hilarious. And
Zach or something. I don't know.
Do y'all remember the B
King
Family?
Vetch?
Like,
Not
do y'all
Vetch.
remember the B Family? I think it was called. I think that was like the little family. But I know that all the time they used to be like, making all these like funny little skits.
Oh, the Ebby
Mike-
family.
yeah.
that one,
The fact that it was corny and funny at the same time.
Exactly.
that one guy with the long dreads and the glasses. Y'all know who I'm talking about?
No.
Nah.
I don't remember.
Sorry,
But
sweetheart.
yeah.
no.
Do y'all still tune in to Dude Perfect?
No.
No, I don't
No.
watch.
I've always, as a male, I've
Those
been
bottle
tuned
flip
in,
things were
man.
so cool though.
No, really. Had me in the chokehold.
I used to watch those bottle flip things with my brother. We used to watch them together. That was like our only bonding time when we were younger.
Yeah.
Is watching like Dude Perfect or other
Oh, now Dude Perfect. Yes.
stuff like
yeah.
that.
So like from Vine to Musically to TikTok, how have young people really increased their creativity through social media?
Well, from Vine, they're able to use their funniness and like their mind for it.
Yeah.
Then going to Musically, it was like they're able to show off their dancing skills, their little creativities of what they built or how to build something or how to do things. Then to TikTok, now able to do promotions, get paid, go live fully, be able to get everything they need to do to like, you know what I'm saying, make it in the world. Like I know some people who literally are go to the same school as me in high school, and they already have over 10,000 followers just from being themselves on TikTok and posting from Musically. Because they started Musically, they got the little thing done. But because the TikTok, they were fully in the thing, they were fully knew what to do. From just Vine and TikTok to Musically to all these other apps that help them get there.
Yeah.
So was TikTok almost like a launch point, or was it just like okay, it's just basically another Musically, so let's just get on here and make this thing pop.
It's mostly it's more like a launch point where it help them launch off fully.
That's cool.
Y'all, so you know that little 21, can you do something for me thing? Yeah, like have y'all not seen those videos that they have made to him, like made to that one song?
Yes,
It's so funny. They be like, it's Drake and then 21, and I love it.
they made like this cartoon of like 21 and Drake in like the strip club or something.
No, for
but
real.
Drake
fact
was
that I've
like
never
the
seen
stripper.
Drake was twerking.
Drake
He was
was
eating up real
twerking.
too. He was on the floor like 21. Can you do something for me? 21. Can you talk to the?
Drake is sassy.
And they made him sound so
Hold on,
sassy.
run that back. How is he sassy?
Drake
No.
is sassy.
Somebody
He
just
is
told me that
sassy.
Drake likes men on the low.
No.
Hey, he on the DL. You know what I'm saying? He like me on the DL.
See,
Hey.
y'all putting on something else that ain't even.
He just
on
like
that.
me. All right. So let's talk about misinformation. Misinformation on social media.
Like,
What are some examples of misinformation that y'all have personally seen on your timeline?
there's like whole pages that like dedicate to like random untrue facts about different rappers. Like it's meant to just be funny, but some people take it serious. Like there was this one post that was like rapper 6ix9ine found dead in the street, and it was just a picture of a rat like on the next slide.
I'm so sorry.
How about
it's
that
like-
misinformation?
Well,
Hey.
it was like a picture of 6ix9ine, and then it said rapper found dead in the street, and then you had to swipe to see the picture of the rat.
Oh, yeah.
So if you see it at first, then you could think it's true.
That's true.
I think what is this about? I mean, going back to entrepreneurs, I think what's definitely misinformed is that you gonna start off like as soon as you sell yourself, you gonna blow.
Yeah.
Like nah, you
not how that
it's
works.
probably gonna start with one little sale. Might not even one. You might not start with 0 sales. And it's just like you gotta
definitely
trust the
not how it
process. And I'm like, dang.
I think social media, like, it makes people want the overnight success and the overnight like wealth, and people don't really want to put the work in because they see somebody else on social media. Like on social media, you only see people's highlights, right? You only see like the good parts. You don't really see all the days, weeks, months, years put into the work. You just see the good part. You just see the shiny, glittery, glamorous part. So people think like they start their businesses and they be like, after 2 weeks, why am I not at 1,000 followers, or why am I not at 1,000 sales, or you know, stuff
Truly
like that.
buying that camera for real.
Y'all, like, for real, though, like, let's think about it, though. For on TikTok, with this misinformation, like, some more about misinformation is, like, them AI people. Like, people be acting like they AIs for, they be like, hi, oh, a heart, thank you. Oh, bro, smells so
Ice
good.
cream's so good.
Yum, ice cream's so good.
Galaxy, I'm like,
Rose?
yo, what?
Wow.
And they act like literal NPCs, like they're not real at all.
It's funny.
Getting paid though.
They're getting
Exactly,
paid.
getting paid money.
but
They're making money.
They act like they're not real. But also, speaking on misinformation, where do y'all get y'all information from?
TikTok, Instagram, Newsbreak.
Do you fact check the
Twitter.
information that you find?
On Newsbreak, no. But Instagram and TikTok, yes.
I think there's often links to definitely the information that you get. But I use Twitter. I think it's like an X now, which is
Yeah, it's
I
called
don't know
X.
why
It's called
they did
X.
that. I mean, I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
on my-
They want to
Anyway.
be cool and original, I guess.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what is an X? And now it's Twitter. I'm like, okay. Cool.
Also, let's talk about the negative algorithm. Like, if your algorithm is completely negative, how does that affect how you view things?
Now, can I go back to the first question?
Yeah.
I think as a high school student, I was getting most of my information, like y'all said, from social media. Like, I was getting a lot of my information from, like, the Shade Room. If I saw a headline there,
yes.
the Shade Room,
Trying to find out about that ball.
Indie Star. I wouldn't even go to, like, the original Indie Star article. I would just see it on social media and be like, dang. But I think as a college student now, I get most of my information from professors or, like, just word of mouth on campus. And it's interesting, like, I feel so disconnected from like the real world because the stuff that I'm learning about in college is mostly like historical facts, so that's my news. But now, like, I feel like in high school I was more connected, but as a college student, like, I don't be knowing what's going on ever.
Okay, I'm gonna ask my question again. How do you think your algorithm affects how you view things? Like, if you have a majority negative things on your algorithm versus positive.
Probably the way, I think they feel the way, like, I think it's a really negative person who's like, man, I feel so depressed, I feel so sad type stuff. And so it's just posting about it, and people are like starting to agree with them. People like think of other side, people agree with them, being like, yeah, I feel the same way, you know what I'm saying? It's basically building a community of negative people. Instead of bringing people up, you know what I'm saying, with the motivational quotes or with those motivational pages, they're seeing these negative pages and you're like, wow, people are really out here being like, I'm sad, I can't do this. They're like, they just like, I've seen sad pages that are like called sad pains or that are called painless, things like that. I'm like, wow, that right there is just deep. Like,
Pain
that makes me
wildin'.
right. Like that's like that makes me want to be like, can I give you a hug? Do you need a hug? Like I'm saying, like, do you need some help? Like, do you need to talk to me? Like, I'm always here. You know what I'm saying? That's how it makes me feel. Can't talk today, y'all. Sorry.
I know for me, my parents, they see a whole bunch of negative stuff on the Citizens app, or just the news in general, and they watch a lot of true crime and documentaries about true crime and kidnappings and things and murders and things like that. So they feel like they have to constantly remind me to be safe. They don't want me going places by myself, like, even so much as there's a pool down the street from my house, even as going there by myself, I can't do that. And I feel like if they didn't see all of these things on their algorithm, all these negative things, they wouldn't think that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting because there used to be a time when, like, art reflected life, or the internet reflected life, or social media reflected life. Now I think it's the other way around. I think the stuff that we're constantly seeing, like on social media, it's now influencing how we live our actual lives rather than the other way around.
I agree with that. And also, in like the days before social media, you had to physically see your friends to talk to them. You had to have face-to-face connections, and I feel like we don't really do that anymore.
We don't.
Like, we just text, hey, what you doing, blah, 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 and you don't have real connections with people anymore.
Like, they be saying what you want, what's the word. I'm like,
How you would.
All these
Like,
different phrases that
How you
have
wanna
came
do
from
it?
social media.
I'm like, wow.
And throwing up the 4 in
Throwing the
every
fours,
picture,
like,
or
the-
gang signs,
like
and
blood,
other
crib,
things.
all. I'm
I
like,
want to
wow.
look bow-legged in them.
I'm like, wow.
yo.
Y'all wasn't even born
y'all
in the
be
time of the
standing
crib
so
or blood.
awkwardly, in,
Like, feet turned in, looking at me like I'm so cool, know what I'm saying? Pants back. I'm like, bro.
and then covering your face in every photo,
Yes.
looking down.
No face don't. I do that. I'm not gonna lie. I just
We know.
I
Turn
look
your
at-
back to the
Yeah, I
camera.
look at
know.
my face,
Back
no
of
I
the-
saw.
Right.
I saw.
I saw the,
You gotta show the V.
Yeah,
We gotta show.
You gotta show
Show the
the V.
whole
Look,
face.
all white belong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you guys think, like, the misinformation that we're fed online, do you think it impacts the way we go about things in life? Like, Nadia, you mentioned not being able to go certain places alone, but do you guys also think it impacts how people say vote?
It might. I feel like if a whole bunch of people are saying, "Oh, don't vote. This person does this," or the propaganda that comes from voting, or it might be true. I don't really know. But I know, like during the Trinidad and Tobago incident, when all the black kids that one year just decided not to vote, and that was the first year that there was an Indian representative in their area.
Yeah. But it's also important to emphasize, like, they didn't just collectively decide not to vote.
Yeah.
Like, they were highly encouraged. They probably thought that they were just all making up their minds because, you know, the algorithm is like, it's the hidden, invisible third hand, right? Everybody thinks they're making their own decisions, right? Puppets don't see the strings. So they were probably all thinking, oh, yeah, this is just a collective, like, this is just what we all gonna do. This is just our thinking. No, everything we do is influenced by social media, influenced by the algorithm. So the question that we have to ask ourselves is, like, who is controlling the algorithm?
How can we
Yeah.
get behind our own algorithm?
And not only who is controlling, but who are you letting control the algorithm?
Yeah.
Like, who are you allowing to come into not only social media, but come into your what they put on social media to influence what you do in your own life.
Maybe
Yes.
the ultimate thing, because Elon Musk ain't going nowhere. Mark Zuckerberg ain't going nowhere.
Then billionaires
They're just gonna keep making money.
Billionaires gonna keep billionairing. So what are we gonna do? Maybe that's
That's what
time for
Tesla-
us to just have like a mass movement off of social media.
yes.
Maybe that's the only
I think
solution.
we definitely, as youth, we definitely need a little break, especially those of us who are on our phones like 6 hours out of the day. Well, not 6 hours, like 10 hours out of the day plus.
Okay, y'all, real quick. About this little social media be off your phone thing, you know what I'm saying? Phones, yes, they have social media on them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we should all just have a break from our phones like that. Like, me
That's not what I
personally,
meant.
I'm a phone user. I'm gonna be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? My phone's my baby, you know what I'm saying? I birthed this thing basically, type stuff, and I know it's crazy. And with social
She
media,
birthed her phone.
don't question it.
Kevin Gates.
Listen, and like with social media and stuff, like even without that, like my phone has got me through some hard times. Helped me call the right people when there was like situations I was in and things like that. Help me get away from things I didn't want to be near. So I feel like I understand we should probably like take a break off our phones, but when you but in the time of need, I feel like we should not have breaks off our phones. I feel like we should more have like a break off of social media. And I know this may sound crazy, but I feel like, let's say off like Snapchat, you know, should just like shut down her whole app for a whole day.
Snapchat shouldn't even be a thing to me.
It really shouldn't, because I won't be using it. But that's why I said Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Instagram, maybe for like half a day, it get shut down. TikTok, it has to stay on, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what do y'all think about like a social media, like a fast?
A fast,
A detox.
a little,
Ooh.
yeah. Detox would definitely. I feel like a lot of people who see negative things on their algorithm, on their timeline every day, their mental health is probably not the best. Not just because of that. There might be other ongoing factors that contribute to that. But I feel like taking a break off of that and not seeing those negative things could definitely help. Like, there should be a National No Socials Day, just saying.
National.
Oh,
wait.
really?
And when y'all talk, hold on, when y'all talk about detox, when you say detox, you cleanse your body of something. So what are you cleansing your body with after you take that detox from social media?
But you're cleaning your body with you're able to like if you have no social media for a whole day, we all might go outside and talk to your neighbors, like get to know people in your neighborhood, get to know people at McDonald's, know what I'm saying? Get to know a lot of people. Also, I feel like with that we should also have a National Taco Day. Because National Taco Day would be worth it if we had no social media. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like that definitely is a day.
I definitely
I think
so,
they're
yeah.
like Taco Tuesday, you feel me?
I don't think it should just be designated for one day. I think because social media was originally designed to just be a tool. It was originally designed to just be like one place for you to just go and connect with
Can
your
I add
friends.
something to that real quick?
What?
I feel like
What? Like, what do you want
it
to
was
do?
originally meant to be a tool, and now it's more of a crutch
Yeah.
that people lean on daily
It's
for that
social media.
dopamine fill.
Yeah, and it's not a tool anymore. So I don't think it should just be one day without social media. I think we should all just collectively try to at least limit our social media time to 30 minutes a day. Because when you really think about what you're doing on social media, you're literally just scrolling. Like, I think about what I've seen on social media. It's nothing really important. It's nothing that's contributed anything productive to my day. When I'm on Instagram, I'm literally just looking at people. I see my friends all the time. I love your selfies, but what do I need to see that for 6 hours a day for? It's literally nothing. But I don't think it should just be a one day we go without social media. I think we should just go back to the days when it was just simply used as a tool rather than, like Nadia said, a crutch.
Speaking on that, how much is y'all screen time?
Listen now,
go.
listen.
I think it,
Let's
I
go.
don't think
Our
that's
screen
fair.
times
do it.
right
Our
now.
screen time.
Y'all, real quick, I'm gonna say right now, I feel like 30 minutes a day just for social media is not good. I feel like I need more than 30 minutes, at least 3 hours.
But what are you doing on social media?
Because we social media, you like Netflix and YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's how I watch videos for my dancing better. That's why I do listen to music for my dance and stuff. So
I don't even want to say my screen time.
I don't even have it on.
screen time.
My screen time is right now, it says 8 hours, 4 minutes. It's down 15% from last week.
Do you
What's
mean
your
today?
day for today?
My day for today.
That's from last week.
It doesn't say nothing. Like, this isn't right.
Oh,
I just turned
from
mine
last
on.
week or from
That's
this
crazy.
week? Which one?
For today.
For today? Oh, right now I'm at 9 hours and 32
You're
minutes.
at 9 hours?
And 32 minutes.
It's 12:30 and you're at 9 hours.
How does that
Listen.
even happen?
Last
21
week I was
hours
at
a
11
day.
hours. That's because last week altogether I was at 11 hours. Okay, let's not. Oh, I was at 14 hours on Monday. Yeah, makes sense.
14
You mean a week?
hours?
Yeah, 14. Also on 14.
How
14
much
hours
of
on
that
Monday.
time is actually like on social media?
It was 5 hours on TikTok, 3 hours on Netflix, 1 hour on Instagram, 30 minutes on messages. And that was just last week, y'all. This
Okay.
week, thankfully I've done better. This week.
And when you say do better, how? I
My
mean,
screen time, my fault. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
I mean, you can do better by reevaluating what you do on social media. Like, instead of on TikTok, you may look at, for instance, you might look at the Montgomery Brawl, which is obviously
productive.
which
Get that
obviously
chair on.
it's productive, but over time it's become a meme.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at the Montgomery Brawl, you might look at, self-care videos or scholarship videos or something productive. So at the end of the day, you can be doing better, but how are you doing better on social media?
Yeah.
You're not always taking a break, but taking a break from what you usually watch.
Yeah.
My screen time is at 1 hour 52 minutes today.
Oh, y'all, never mind. Went to 10 hours. My bad, y'all.
Today, mine is 1 hour and 30 minutes, and
That's it?
25 minutes has been spent on Instagram.
That's
Yesterday
it.
was 10
Yeah.
hours, 8 minutes.
10 hours, 8 minutes.
Y'all
How
know-
much of that time was on Instagram?
3. 2 hours was on Paper.io, though.
How much is on TikTok?
Nadia.
13 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yo, no cap. I just went to 10 hours today.
Today?
Just went to 10 hours.
Already? When did you wake up this morning?
Today is 12:30.
Oh, when I wake up, or even when I went to sleep around.
It's 12:30 right now. It's 12:30 right now.
Yeah.
Not even 1 o'clock.
When did you go to sleep?
I went to okay, I was on the phone. I was on the phone with this boy for like, I went to sleep around I could say about like 3 o'clock. No, like 3:30 ish. 3 o'clock, 3:30 ish.
Hey.
If y'all
Hey.
if y'all went to sleep
What
on
you
the
doing?
phone, if y'all went to sleep on the phone, that does increase your screen time, though. I'm pretty sure.
Just a little
But that
bit.
could have been time you had to yourself to go to sleep. That's crazy.
Listen, y'all, listen.
I could see your phone real quick. Also,
What's your favorite color?
no, wait. With that,
No, we right with
this
y'all.
new iOS 17 update, you can literally just airdrop your phone
You can.
number
I love
to people.
that. I
But
love that.
what if this random guy walks up to you like, "Hey, I could see your phone real quick.
No, you
Can I see your
cannot.
phone real quick?"
No.
And then
That's easy.
he just
No.
He puts it to you like, no.
and then he
you.
just takes your phone and then boom,
Kick him.
you got your
Kick
you got
him.
your number now. Like that's
No,
weird.
no, you don't. Kick him.
Delete it.
Right,
Delete
kick
it.
him. Block.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely so weird.
What day is it?
November 7th.
Is that y'all?
Wait.
Y'all riding?
That's the no social media day?
So y'all listen. So like basically, we're thinking for no socials day, October 7th, because that's when
November.
November 7th, because I'm sorry y'all, November 7th, because you see on that day, that's when you go vote for president, go vote to see like who's gonna be next, because then you're able to know what I'm saying, go outside, go stand that line to go to vote.
And if you can't vote, but you're old enough to work the voting polls, you can also do that because that can get you involved too, and get paid. Just saying.
And if you're a young person, you can drive your granny up there, hand out water bottles to people.
Yes.
Go do something.
Get
You
off
can have
the phone.
you can make you can make your own food. You know, make some mac and cheese, some barbecues. You can have a little block party. All these things you can do on November 7th, just because it's voting day. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of being on social media all day, because we know that we're on social media because there's nothing else to do. Go vote.
Go get some nostalgia.
Make
Go to
me
the park.
angry.
All right, y'all. Well, I guess that's it for us. I'm pretty sure.
Go vote.
Go to the park.
Yes,
And
y'all.
in order to make it a national day, we would have to get the president involved. And
And the
whatnot.
Don't make us get
legislative.
the president involved.
Don't make us get the president involved.
Don't make us
Just-
call the president.
Just do it. Don't make us call Mr. President.
Because we
Just
call
do
Mr.
it.
President.
Don't make us call
everything's
Joe.
shut down.
Don't make us
Everything's
call
shut
Joe.
down.
We'll call Joe. If y'all make us mad, if we don't see nobody out there, we will call him.
Y'all
and we will
listen.
make this a national
We
day.
got connections to legislatives.
Don't make us angry.
Right,
Don't
period.
make me angry and go vote.
Go vote. Go do your thing. And on top of that, let's do it, y'all.
Let's do
So, let's
All right.
do it.
it. It's been real.
Follow us on Instagram.
It's been
at
real.
Real Talk Youth Indie.
And on TikTok at
At
Real
Real
Talk Youth Indie.
Yeah, yeah.
Boom.
Thank you.
Thank y'all, and let's wrap it up. I'm
Stay
Dan
off the
Scott.
phone.
It's Nadia.
It's Isaka.
It's JT. You know we.
This is Real Talk. No strings attached. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast. And be sure to check out other great podcasts on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Online now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.